Hi all. Today we are going to discuss about withholding tax or TDS, tax deducted at source. We will analyze how you need to configure basically. See, there are two things you have to keep it in mind. So you can deduct the TDS either on invoice or on the payment. Please keep it in mind. There are two possibilities. One, either you can deduct on invoice or you can deduct on the payment. There are two things. In case you deduct on the invoice, the same thing you cannot deduct on the payment. So vice versa. Now let us see how we need to configure the TDS or withholding tax. Let us take an example, commission or brokerage. Under section 194H, it will be 10%. How shall we achieve this? So this is the business requirement. Then how do we deduct the tax on this? Now, first and the foremost, what you have to do, you have to go to check withholding tax countries. So how you have to do, I'll tell you. Please come to /NSPRO, then reference IMG, then you have to come to financial accounting, then financial accounting global setting, then you have to go to withholding tax, extended withholding tax, then you have to go to basic settings. Then first and the foremost, what you have to do, check withholding tax countries. Double click on this. Here you have to press new entries. Then you have to enter country. Then you have to again enter the country. Then withholding tax. So press enter. See, I have already configured this. So that is the reason it is telling existed the same entry. So go back. Now click on position. So IN, then IN. See, this is how you have to configure. So withholding tax for India or whichever the country you want to do, you have to do like this. Now, the next step what you have to do, you have to go to calculation. Now, you have to go to calculation, then withholding tax type. Now, define withholding tax type for invoice posting. So you can check my Excel sheet. See, this is on invoice. The tax type we have defined is P3. In real time, you have to consult a business and you have to implement this. So just double click on this. Now country key is IN. Then click on new entries. So what we have going to configure, so P3. So this is P3. Then what you have to do, you have to copy this whole thing, Control C, then Control V. Okay, now this will be on the gross amount. Then you have to manual withholding tax amount, you have to remove. So manual withholding tax you have removed. then gross amount. Okay, now this you have done, then click on save, press enter. Again we'll go to our Excel sheet. See, we have configured P3. Now next we have to configure P4. So this is on the payment. Okay, now so go back. Now define withholding tax type for payment posting. Just double click on this, then country IN, click on new entries. So what you have to configure? You have to configure P4. So select, click, type P4, then Control V, then this will be the gross amount. Okay, now click on save. See, now these two parties over, P3 and P4 are over. Next you have to define tax code. The tax code, so go back. See, now withholding tax code is here. See, define withholding tax codes. So IN. Now click on new entries. So always your tax code has to be linked with your tax type. So what you have to do, see, withholding tax type is P3, then withholding tax code is A3, so description, so 10%, this way has to be 100%, then posting indicator, you have to select 1. So 1 means standard posting, bank, vendor, customer, line item reduced. So this means what? Suppose you want to pay 10,000 rupees to your vendor, this will reduce 10%. That means to say it will pay to the vendor only 9,000 rupees. Now the rate is 10%. Okay, go to next. Now next is, we will see here, these two are P3 and A3 is over. Then we will go to P4. So this is P4. Then this is A4. So A4, Control V. So 100%. Then posting indicator is 1, then 10%. Then click on save. Now both the things are over, invoice and the payment. Let us see how we are going to do further configurations. This and all we have done. Then assign withholding tax type to the company code, that you have to do next. Now go back. See, click on company code here. Assign withholding tax type to company code. Just double click on this. Then click on new entries. So company code 2104. withholding tax type. So withholding tax type is P3. So P3, see, you have to enable withholding tax agent, and from when you want to deduct, till when. This is infinity. Okay, now go to next. 2104, withholding tax type is P4, withholding tax agent. So click on save. So next aspect is you have to activate. So activate extended withholding tax. Double click on this, then click on position, enter your company code. See, you have to enable this. Enable this and click on save. Now next we'll see what we have to do. This is we have done. See, then you have to create the TDS account that you will be doing in FS00. Then it comes under duties and taxes. Then so TDS account you have to give. Go to control data, line item, then create bank interest G001 you have to do, and you have to click on save. Next, accounts for withholding tax. This happens in OBWW. So you have to enter the chart of accounts, then click on new entries is not here. So here what you have to do, so P3 and A3, and copy the ledger account number. Again P4 and A4, then click on save. Fine. So this has been done. Next we will create the vendor master. So you can go to XK01, enter your account group, and press enter. So company you can give, so TDS testing vendor 001 you can give. Go to next. Sorry, I'm getting again. I'll log in. Now we can select XK01, give a company code, then account group, (001), country IN, click on next, click on next, click on next, give reconciliation account. So A1, click on next, give the payment term, then payment method also if you want you can give. Next, click on next, See, this TDS dialog box will open. Select IN. So you have to assign this tax type and tax code here. So P3, P3, A3, liable, E4 and A4 liable for tax. Then click on save. Wait for some time. The system is response is little slow. It's got saved. The vendor account number is 100428. Now we will pass one purchase entry /n FB60. Then check the company code. It's 2104. Then 100428. So 0611 2022. The reference number is a must. Then amount is 10,000. Select the general ledger, expenses general ledger. Now you have to go to withholding tax. See, it is going to show you both on purchase as well as payment. In the first session we will learn on how to deduct on the purchase itself, then enter the amount. Now you have to simulate. Section code not copied to withholding tax lines. This you can ignore. Look at the transaction here. See, total purchase we have made 10,000. How much is deducted? 1,000 it's deducted. How much is payable to vendor? 9,000 rupees. Then click on save. See, PAN not available. This is very crucial. So if PAN number is not available, we should know how to enter the PAN number. There is one T code to enter the PAN number. J1 ID is the T code to enter the PAN number. So I'll open new session. Here you have to select, say, vendor excise details. Then click on edit. Then click on new entries. See, 100428 is a vendor number. Then come to the right hand side. See, this is a permanent account number. AA GPY 87 7K. Okay. So click on save. So this is got saved. Again. So click on save. I don't think it will save. it's got saved. So this is how you can do the configuration and do the testing. Now I will show you how it will work on the payment deduction. Okay, now again select the same vendor. Okay, give the posting date, then give the amount, then select the account 10,000. Okay, now come to withholding tax. Now you remove A3, then this will be on the payment. While doing the payment only it will deduct. Now click on simulate. See, it will not deduct TDS here because this is on the purchase, but we are going to deduct TDS while we are doing the payment. See, this got saved. Now let us go and do the payment. So accounting, financial accounting, accounts payable, document entry, then outgoing payment, post. So give the date 06/11/2022, then select the bank account. How much we have to pay? 9,000. Okay, now 100,428, then process open item. So this we don't want, this we want. Okay, withholding tax. So enable this. Okay, now you have to come to document, simulate. See, 9,000 TDS on vendor. Just a minute, I think I have made something wrong. See, exit. Again we will do 6. Select the payment. Amount will be 10,000. Let us see how it is going to behave. 100. So process open item. So this one we don't want. I think this is withholding tax. This is this we don't want cash discount. Okay, 1,000 is there. Then standard amount. Okay, now this will not work. We have a cash discount for this also. Let us do once again. So 611. This is account. Amount we had to pay 9,000 only. So 1408. Okay, process open item. This we don't want. Okay, so this cash discount also not required. Okay, so now document, just a minute, withholding tax. Yes, 1,000. See, you can see here. Simulate. See, you can see here the TDS 1,000 has come. This how you can able to deduct on the payment. So you can go to slash n fs 10n. You can see the TDS account. Double click on this. See 3000 because I have already done 1000 earlier entry. See, you can see here 611, 611, 1000 and 1000. This 3000 rupees we had to remit to the income tax department. Now we'll go to slash n FBL 1N. Click on all items. Say 9000 is a balance with which we have deducted on the purchase. This 10,000 we have cleared. So this how you have to configure the withholding tax or TDS. Thank you for listening and viewing my demo.